Ryse, Son of Rome launched way back in 2013 as an Xbox One launch title. At the time, critics praised its graphics, but heavily criticized its repetitive gameplay. Fast forward to 2026, and you can pick it up for less than a $5. So the question is simple: is Ryse, Son of Rome actually worth playing today? Or should it stay buried in the past? Let's find out.
Father, Marius?
You play as Marius Titus, a Roman soldier seeking revenge after a devastating attack on his family home. The story follows his rise through the Roman army whilst uncovering political conspiracies and battling enemies across the empire. The plot isn't groundbreaking, and you'll probably predict most of the twists, but that's not really why you're playing. Ryse feels like an interactive Roman action movie, and for its relatively short campaign, the story does enough to keep things moving. This is where Ryse still impresses. It's honestly hard to believe this game released over a decade ago. The character models still look fantastic, the armor detail is excellent, and the environments are packed with atmosphere. Even some of the facial animations still hold up surprisingly well. Sure, there are a few dated textures here and there, but overall, Ryse remains one of the best looking games you can buy for under a $5. Now for its biggest criticism, the combat. Ryse follows a simple formula of attack, counter, shield bash, execute, and repeat. If you're expecting the depth of something like Dark Souls or Sekiro, you're going to be disappointed. The combat never really evolves into anything particular complex. But here's the thing, Ryse isn't trying to be a hardcore action game, it's trying to make you feel like a powerful Roman soldier going through enemies in a cinematic battle. And honestly, it succeeds. The sword combat feels satisfying, the shield mechanics work well, and the executions are still the highlight of the entire game. They're brutal, cinematic, and genuinely fun to watch. Yeah, you'll see repeated animations eventually, but for a campaign that's only around 6 to 8 hours long, it rarely becomes a major problem. That doesn't mean Ryse is perfect. Enemy variety is limited, boss fights are forgettable, and combat can be repetitive. Once you finish the story, there's very little reason to come back. This isn't the kind of game that you'll be spending hundreds of hours playing. It's more like a blockbuster movie that you can experience once and enjoy for what it is. So, is Ryse, Son of Rome worth playing in 2026 for under a $5? Yeah, absolutely. At full price, its flaws are much harder to ignore, but for less than a $5, you're getting a visually impressive Roman action game with a decent story, satisfying combat, and some of the most memorable execution animations ever put into a video game. It's not a masterpiece, but it doesn't need to be. For under a $5, Ryse, Son of Rome is an easy recommendation. My final score for this game is 7.5 out of 10 for the price. If you see it on sale, grab it. And if you've already played it, let me know what you thought in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more episodes of Is This Game Worth Playing in 2026 for under a $5? Thanks for watching.